What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, D&O commentary. We got Joey Chu, 780. I know that rating is kind of low, but he was playing Nekroz, and from what I saw in the first game, he didn't really make any misplays. So, seems like a very legit player versus Bombo, 1578. I don't think he'll get the 1600 if he wins. If they were both about the same rating, maybe. So he opens up with Ice Hand. So probably won't be doing any ritual summon this turn. So the end of main phase 1, he's going to activate, reload. Probably pitch it. Gets rid of Scatter Shot. Problem is you can, oh wait, will it miss the timing because of the burn damage? I just thought about that. The last thing, inflict the burn damage. I think the burn damage might happen first before the destruction. So yeah, I guess it doesn't miss timing. I'm not sure about that. I know Ice Hand can miss timing. It says inflict. Oh, no. Wait. You don't inflict. Oh yeah, it misses the timing. Yes. Because I'm thinking you take 1500 and then it gets destroyed. No. You take 500 first. It gets destroyed, and then you take 1,000 from the other ones. Yeah, that timing is missed. It's not gonna resolve. I'm so used to typing in, neg 1500, but I totally neglected to remember that all of those it doesn't happen as 1500. It happens as 500, 500, 500. So the last thing that happened is definitely not Ice Hand. Yeah, this dude goes to the graveyard. He's destroyed by the first one. And then you get burnt for 1,000 more. That burning for 1,000 more is the last thing to happen. So, or I guess the 500 at the end, that's the last thing to happen. So that Ice Hand misses timing. So yeah, just keep in mind, even as good as Ice Hand and Fire Hand are, they still came out pre-Duelist Revolution, Duelist Alliance. Like, remember, everything like after Duelist Alliance is when Konami made it so like nothing misses timing anymore unless you're just Yang Zings. That's the only thing pretty much that still misses timing. But like everything else post Duelist Alliance like doesn't miss timing. They pretty much like errated that shit out of the game. So it really sucks if you're Joey Chow because you thought that you were gonna get pluses in that exchange, and you end up not only giving your opponent, not only wasting your battle phase and your normal summon, but you didn't get your ritual engine going either. So now it's like you're almost a turn behind, and you just spent your turn advantage. You know how you get that +1 for going second? Well, he just spent that on Ice Hand, but momentum advantage it's a huge advantage, Bombo, because Bombo has field presence right now. The only way this could be better is if he summoned Royal Guard. Like, that would just probably do him in. Although Ryo could be a good substitute. Because you have to think about it, right? To get your ritual engine going, what do you need? Like, you need a Manju or a Brio. Okay, well now you can't do that with Ryo on board. So now he has to worry about having monster outs. And when I say monster outs, I'm talking about like, you have to have a Regeki or an Eclipse or a Dark Hole or something. He's just going to constantly activate Reload, it appears. Now, I don't believe he can use Shell. Yeah, with Ryo on board. But he can still put him in his deck by Royal Guard. He still could launch all these guys in the deck with Royal Guard and then draw some cards. And maybe he could just draw another one. I don't know if I would be reluctant to just attack face downs if you already showed me Ice Hand. Like, if I had an evac, I think I'd be more likely to just summon. So he's just going to normal summon Dynatherum, which, by the way, I didn't realize how good this card could be against, he's main decking this too, by the way. How good this card could be against, Nekroz, considering, hopefully he makes Dweller. But considering how little of their monsters hit the graveyard, like, the only thing that they ever put in the graveyard is Manju, Sanju. And if you need to get to an Exceed, like, do you really give a fuck about Manju and Sanju? Like, chances are no. Chances are no, you don't. Okay, so it's Shuri, which I don't think you care about at all, because you just run it over with Ryo. But I think he had to make that play. I think he is more than happy to take that exchange. Oh my goodness, Abyss Dweller 34 cent. Thank goodness I'm playing 2 Abyss Dweller now, and what's it called? I need another one. I don't know. I think last I checked, the ones from Abyss Rising, like the one I have, is like $7. I don't understand why it would be $7. If somebody, like, if it's the same rarity and it comes in 2 different sets, like, I don't care. I will gladly pay 30 cent and take a one that's still a super over paying, $6, which is what, 20 times that price? Actually more than that. My math is bad. Maybe even 30 times that price. You know what I mean? Just for the same rarity because it came out of the original set. Like, to me, that's stupid. So Joey Chow is finally able to get his ritual engine going. And you see, he kind of needed the card that I thought he would. He needed Regeki, basically. So he uses Vanities on him. Keep in mind, if he were to resolve that Kaleidoscope and he would have went for Unicorn, he would totally have not gotten Unicorn. I mean, he would have not gotten the Herald effect because it activates in the graveyard, and he did chain Herald. Or he did chain Abyss Dweller. Excuse me. So now he is able to use his shell in the graveyard because he doesn't have Ryo, which means he'll be able to get rid of the last shell, draw a card, basically. You see, he's just going to send it straight to the deck. No point of it even going to his hand. So he gets a free draw. The Vanities obviously is putting in work here, but even without the Vanities, just him having that, what's it called, last turn was really big. Him having that Dweller, because the Dweller stops, it would have stopped the Unicorn. He activates Breakthrough Skill, a card I don't usually see against this deck. I don't think Bombo cares about that. Honestly, I don't even think Bombo cared about getting another copy of Reload, because it's not like he's going to turn off his Vanities anytime soon. Like, I think I might have tried to save that for a Royal Guard. Like, that's the game breaker card, because with Royal Guard can get you 2 draws, which means Royal Guard can get you another copy of Vanities, It can get you Iron Wall. It can get you other Floodgate cards to play against this deck. So those are the cards you really have to watch out for. Now, I don't know if he's playing Iron Wall, because I know this deck does like to banish. This deck does like to banish its copies of Reload, but I mean, who knows? Alright, so he's gonna let him search whatever he wants. Again, until he can get rid of the Vanities, it doesn't really matter what he's searching. He doesn't have to worry about his hand getting Mind Crushed or anything. Bombo is not going to give up Vanities unless it's threatened. Like, if he MST, he's not going to just, if he had Mind Crush, he ain't going to flip it. Now, if you MST'd the Mind Crush, he would obviously flip it and call like Valkyrus or something like that. But unless one of his back row cards are threatened, there's no reason for him to play any cards, honestly. Okay, so he's just adding Baronic back. This doesn't thin your deck out, so I don't really know what's going on here. Not to mention he already added Brio this turn, or he already used Brio this turn to get Valkyrus. I mean, he can, I guess he's just gonna Valkyrus juggle. Sometimes people will do that to make sure that one of their level 4s lives so that they can level 4 into an Exceed, but with him having Vanities, that's not an option. So he at this point, I guess he's just making it so he doesn't take any damage. Because he has Brio, and he can, if he didn't have this Vanities, that Brio, Valkyrus stopping the attack could have been relevant last turn, because then he could have summoned this guy, gotten a card, and then maybe gone into maybe Exotonite or something. But with him having Vanities, it's like, you're not going to special summon anytime soon. So, I guess protecting your monsters, you're not taking any damage, but Bombo's just going to keep attacking. It also means, I guess, Bombo doesn't have to summon anything either, because no difference between 2 attacks and 1 attack here. They all get negated anyway, so there's no real reason to summon anything else, because he could top deck Dark Hole and then you just lose more monsters. He's already burnt the Regeki, so you don't have to worry about that. Joey Chow must be thinking about not negating. Nope, he's gonna negate. Okay. Now I'm reckon that that Bombo probably has a card in his hand that he could definitely use. Like, I think that he has something like a magic planter or something of the sort, maybe a duality that he could use. Alright, so there's Mystical Space Typhoon played. Magic planter was set. Okay, well, I was close enough. I was thinking that he had a magic planter. For him to have this many cards, like, for him to have gone through this many cards and not seen any magic planters, I'm like, that seems a little strange to me, because I'm pretty sure they play 2 copies at least, maybe 3. Because they play 3 vanities and 3 fiendish chains and 3 reloads, so that's 9 continuous traps. So I'm like, he probably has a magic planter somewhere down there. I wonder if he's gonna flip over another vanity so that he doesn't Exciton item. Yep, that's what he does. There's literally no reason for him not to do that, because Joey Chow will make Exciton Knight, or he will make Diamond Direwolf, and after 2 turns of him not being able to play Yu-Gi-Oh, there's no reason to believe that he would have 2 MSTs. When you're in this situation, you have your back to the wall against the vanities. You don't hold your MSTs, like, you use them immediately. There's no reason to stack them. Joey Chow is, I mean, he's hanging on because he has those Valkyries, but the only reason he's still in this game is because he keeps top decking Manjus. The Manjus are, what's it called? The Manjus are giving him pluses. He's converting the pluses into Valkyrie searches. So he's converting his pluses into defense, basically. That's another reason why Nekroz is so good. You just top deck a monster and the monster turns into defense. Like, that's insane. And it's just fucking hard to stop, it is really hard to stop, Valkyries. Like, one of the best ways, I guess, is to Mind Crush it, but you have to draw Mind Crush and then, have it set or whatever. And in this situation, I don't know that you would Mind Crush with vanities anyway. I mean, like, I would set the Mind Crush regardless. Maybe hold it, but I'd want to get rid of your monsters. If you only had 1 level 4, I wouldn't care. I just don't want to get Exciton Knighted. That's my thing. So I want to kill at least 1 of your monsters. So it looks like Joey Chow scoops it up. He just didn't have enough ways to play around that vanities. He had MST for the first one, but unfortunately he had a bluff, and then he was face down with another vanities. Bombo drew Royal Fire Guard, so I mean, he could have been potentially, like, once he ran out of Volks, it was pretty much a wrap. Thank you guys for watching as always.